All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Levi Blue Show, where we talk about life, overcoming daily struggles, everything in between. I am your host, Levi Blue Tank. How's your day been?
It's been great, brother. How about yours?
It's been pretty good. We have a special guest today. I think that it's going to be awesome. So let's just go and introduce her to the show. Miss Ali, how are you doing?
I'm good. It's been a crazy morning.
Yeah.
No, what's made it crazy?
Yeah, let's hear this.
I spilled hot coffee all over.
Oh, lovely. Yeah.
Yep.
That's just on this show when we do something that's bizarre. We say this. Hold on, let me find it. There it goes. 3, 2, 1.
Bruh.
So did your husband say that? Did he say
Bruh
when you spilled it on him?
Probably thinking it.
Yeah. It's thankfully I don't drink as much hot coffee. Was it hot or cold?
It was hot.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Yeah, I say, bruh, for him. Golly.
At least now, who was driving?
At the time, I was. Yeah. So,
Okay.
but I was parked. I wasn't driving while I spilled it.
Oh, okay. Well,
I was parked, but it was still.
That's almost even worse because you really had nothing else distracting you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah. That's bad. It's like one of those. It's like they have to put a disclaimer on it that it's hot.
Right.
It's coffee. Why do I have to put that on there? But apparently some knucklehead was,
There was a lady back in I want to say the early 90s, maybe late 80s, that burned herself with McDonald's coffee and she sued them.
Yeah, well, they even did it on what was that, Seinfeld?
Oh, yeah.
When Kramer spilled it on
Yes.
himself. and Seinfeld was like, it's coffee. He's like, it's supposed to be hot. He goes, not that hot.
Yeah. I didn't realize there was a temperature regulation on, coffee's the best if it's between, 88 and 97.6 degrees or something. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What? No, it needs to be 122.74 degrees Fahrenheit to be the perfect tasting coffee. I don't. Yeah, exactly.
All right. So besides the coffee, you've had a good day.
Yeah, it's been really good.
Yeah. How was your guys' drive?
Peaceful.
It was peaceful besides the coffee?
Yeah.
Now, when was the coffee before or almost when you got here?
It was before we even started up here. Like, we haven't even dropped our kids off at my mom's yet, so.
Oh, so okay, yeah, we understand those moments.
Yes.
It's like, why are y'all late? Well, we had 14 kids. We had to drop them all off, and
Yeah.
like yesterday, I had to go get a trailer, and then I have the baby. Then I got the boy. Did you get the gas? Did you get the keys? Where's the motorcycle? Let's put it in the trailer. Let's looking for everything. My brother goes, well, you're late 2 hours later. Okay, stop.
Bruh.
It's like, I'm trying.
Yeah. I don't have no excuse for the fact that I didn't bring my wallet with me today. I needed gas on my bike.
But you remembered your extra T-shirt.
Yeah, but I remember my extra T-shirt. But I didn't have to drop any kids off or nothing. I just left thinking I was going to be late. And, well, lo and behold, I beat Levi here by about 20 minutes.
He did.
Bruh.
All right. So you said it's been a good weekend. So what's been the highlight of your weekend?
I think just being out here, like, we have 2 kids, and so it's nice just to be able to get out just ourselves, me and my husband, Austin, and just we're spending the day together, making a day out of today, so I'm excited about that.
Praise God. That's good.
It's awesome.
It's always good to get away, like you're saying, because when you always have the same thing all the time, kids, family, you're like, can we mix it up a little bit? Can I get a red M&M instead of a green M&M today? You know what I mean?
There's always a monotony that goes on, but it's called life.
Oh, yeah.
But it's good to break the norm like that. Like, actually, my wife's on her way here now because we're going to hang out after this. Of course, now we got 2 vehicles, but yeah, she just messaged and said, I'm on my way to you. And I'm like, okay, cool. But we don't have the grandbaby this weekend, so we're going to make a day out of it. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, praise God. All right. So, Ali, on this show, we have this thing called Fun Facts. So we're going to just jump right into that. So here we go.
Fun facts of the day.
And useless information.
So drum roll. All right, since we're all wearing headphones, this is going to be great. Headphones can increase the bacteria in your ears.
That's why I always go clean my ears after we do these.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, you got fun fact for us?
Yeah, so, we have a female guest today. So did you know that there were female gladiators in ancient Rome? They were called gladiatrices, or the singular version was a gladiatrix.
Really?
Supposedly it's useless information.
Yeah. So the point of that is we like to just it's kind of so it started out with just fun facts, and then he started giving me useless information. So now it's fun facts and useless information because we're not going to use it. So did you have someone like that growing up would just give you useless information? Were your brothers like that? Just tell you something random?
Or your cousins?
I'm sure there's been times, yeah.
Okay. All right. I think that has been our. Do you have any more?
I got them all day long. We don't have to go no further.
Yeah. Let's leave it there, especially with after the bacteria in the ears.
Yeah,
So-
you got me wanting to get these headset off as soon
Yeah.
as possible.
Fun facts of the day. And useless information.
So this episode is actually going to be time of testimony. So you're actually the second one we've had. Tank actually was the first one. Did you know that? Yeah. And then he became on the show. So you might want to be careful. You may become on the show.
That might become a permanent seat for you. over
Yeah,
there.
you better be careful. You may do a really good job. Move you and Austin down here and have your own show.
We'll start packing.
Oh yeah, right.
And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we are done for the day.
So I'm just gonna jump right into this, and Ali, you can just, there's no need to be nervous or anything like that. So I'm gonna put that on the floor so I don't forget it. Let me go ahead and start my timer here so I don't forget. Ali, where were you born, and what was life like for you growing up?
Well, I was born in Tahlequah, but I was raised in Northwest Arkansas, so I've been there like majority of my life.
Yeah.
A majority of my childhood, it was a single mother household with 2 older brothers, so that was always interesting. Never a dull moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, like
Small
town life.
Take us upon your journey. I mentioned a little bit to Tank about, if you don't mind me asking, what was when you were younger, you were diagnosed with, or you were born with, could you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so probably, I don't know exactly how old I was. I was only a few months old and I was diagnosed with what's called hemangioma, which a lot of people realize what that is without realizing they know what that is. But have you ever seen like the strawberries on people? Like they're like red birthmarks?
Yep.
Okay, so that's a hemangioma. Most cases, they're just really mild. They go away on their own as you get older. But I had a severe case where it was externally and internally on this whole side of my face. You can probably see some of the scars. So I was really prone to like bleeding. Like the smallest cut would just gush. So there's been multiple times where that was really scary. I don't remember some of them, but I do some of them.
Now, how old were you what's the youngest you remember about having it?
Probably this one day, like I said, I grew up with 2 older brothers. So I was riding my brother like a horse one morning, and we had this like den where it had bricks, and then there was like a stove on top.
Oh, yep.
And my mom was like, "Be careful by the bricks." And literally, as soon as she said it, I fell off. I hit my face on it. So that's probably like my earliest memory is just that. It was a lot of blood.
Oh my.
So, yeah.
Do you remember how old you were?
Probably like 3 or 4.
Oh wow.
I don't know.
Yeah, actually, before I actually was gonna have you bring some pictures so that we could show just the transformation of that. Because I remember being her cousin, I remember that as a kid, seeing her, and then you look now and you're like, wow, that God really intervened in her life. So
Yeah, because you're talking about seeing like leftover scars of that or whatever, and I'm not seeing it.
Yeah.
I mean,
they faded a lot. But
yeah,
I've had over 20 surgeries, from laser treatment, reconstructive surgery. I've had like 2 nose jobs, which there's a funny story with that because The punch you in the nose.
I sent her one of those emojis. Is that what we're talking about? When the emoji one?
No, remember we were hanging out and you're just being goofy and you were like, "Hey, can I punch you in the nose?" It's like, no, this thing's expensive.
Bruh.
You got $4,722 because that's what this thing cost.
I got a receipt. So, well, let me ask you, since we're talking about your childhood, what's been the best? What's your best childhood memory?
Probably just hanging out with family. Like, we'd always go to Silver Dollar City in the summers.
Yeah.
I love Silver Dollar City.
It's my childhood.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, your older brothers, were they good brothers or were they mean to you?
I mean, they were typical older brothers. They'd pick on me a lot, but if somebody else picked on me, like, that was a huge problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were pretty protective growing up, and they were both really into martial arts, and so they've taught me like self-defense and
It's in our family.
yeah.
I see that.
You can see that. Yeah.
Was God evident, or was his presence within your house growing up?
Yes. My mom got us into church. I mean, I remember going to church since I can remember. It's always been part of me. Yeah, I forgot. My mind just went.
No, you're good. We're talking about church, and I've been to your church. I've been to the church before, and let me ask you this: since you and I relate to music, when did music become real to you? When did music kind of become a part of who you are that you can remember?
There's a memory that I have, probably about 4th grade, very vivid. My dad came over and just hung out with us, and I don't remember whose CD it was or anything, but it was some female artist, and he like popped in this CD and started playing it. And I remember him telling me she was only like 19 or 20. And I was just so blown away by her voice, and it was just like the moment that I knew I wanted to do music. And my dad's actually who I got all of my like music talents from. He can play multiple instruments, and so
Nice.
I
That's
play
cool.
multiple
Yeah.
instruments, so, yeah.
That's awesome.
Now, just for those who don't know, what would be the genre of music that you like the best?
Rock, metal. I've been getting into more hip hop.
Yeah.
Last, I would say, probably 12 years or so since we started hanging out. You're the one who got me into hip hop music.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, mainly rock and metal though.
Yeah.
Worship music too. I love worship music.
Yeah, that's good. Would you say that like a Christian rap, or just kind of a little bit of, or Christian rock, or just a little bit of just any? You like some of the old stuff of like some of the old rock, or you like some of the new stuff, or well, it's something that you really gravitate to? Because some of the new stuff to me, I can't even like the new Christian rap. I can't get into it. It's not me.
As far as, I mean, I can get into any kind of 80s hair band. Like, I grew up on 80s hair band music.
Yeah.
You can play a song, and I can typically tell you who it is just by listening to it. But as far as, like, modern, things like Skillet, Disciple, if we're talking metal, probably, like, Memphis Mayfire and For Today. So,
I don't know who that is. You know who that is?
it's metal music.
I used to DJ and know all kinds of genre, but those two names, whew, right over the top of this bald head.
Yeah, it was over my
Bruh.
Look them up. They're really good.
Okay.
All right, so with your life, you've been through a lot, and we've only just kind of barely even scratched the surface of just your childhood. What's been the biggest challenge in your life that you can say that you've had some of those challenges, but you've overcome them? What would you think been the biggest challenges in your life?
Probably like myself, like self-esteem or my self-worth. I struggled with a lot, which God's completely renewed me in that, which is great. But
Amen.
Growing up, I think I was like 10 when I went a long time without seeing my dad. Which me and my dad are great now. He was actually at our house a few weeks ago, and we had a really good visit. But he had a lot of his own issues that he just didn't, I guess, know how to work through it. I've never really talked to him about it, I guess. But on a personal level, I just saw what I saw. But Probably, yeah, just the self-worth. The enemy gave me a really big mindset of like, if my own dad isn't here for me, like, why should I love myself?
Ooh.
And, so that was, looking for love in the wrong places and struggling with like depression, anxiety. I've struggled with self-harm before. So that's probably the biggest thing as far as like my teenager years and then going into my early 20s, which led into addiction, which we'll get there. But yeah.
Okay. You got something for that?
I was just curious, when did that transformation start? Like, when did that self-worth, that self-acceptance part, when did that really start for you? But it sounds like we'll get to that. Maybe I'm asking you too soon.
No. Probably like middle school is when I really started kind of being really self-conscious about like the scars, and that's the age where you start dating boys, and so yeah, younger teenager years.
Well, let's just jump into that question. When on this show we have a question we always ask people: when did God become real in your life?
Mid-20s.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I always knew he was there. Like I said, I grew up in church, but I think to have like an actual relationship with him and that thirst to learn from him, and he's a very amazing being. But growing that relationship with him, probably mid-20s.
What I'm hearing her say is like, and you can agree with this, is like we have to go through some kind of struggle to reach out to God to a large degree. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's that corner that gets turned. I too have 22 years of knowing, or 47 years of knowing that there's a God or whatever, of being around it. Mm-hmm. But I got 22 years of totally turning my back to him, saying, I got this. And then I had that moment, if you listen to my time and testimony, that God tear, that moment, that was where it was like, okay, I feel that peace. That peace is coming from you. Let me see what you want. Let me turn towards you and see what you can provide me with. Mm-hmm. And it is the most comforting, peaceful experience that we can actually get. And I totally can relate to what where you're at, because just like me, you're talking about the scars. My scars, well, you can see I'm not exactly a small fella, right? And the word fat was a cuss word. That was you just hit me below the belt. Mm-hmm. And that was a word where I would just take flight on you. We're going to see if you can beat my fat self up or not, And today it's like, I am fluffy and it's okay. Yeah. Because God told me I'm okay. He made me the way I'm molded the way he wanted me to be molded, and that's okay. I can make changes if I want to, but still, regardless, it's okay. Because in his sight, I'm perfect.
Yeah.
I may not walk and talk perfect, because I never will. None of us will.
Right.
But I'm perfect in his sight, and as long as I continue to seek his face, he's going to continue to comfort me and show me, you're good, buddy. Mm-hmm. Keep coming, son. Keep coming. So I can totally relate. I get that, man. That's awesome, because it does take something drastic, usually, for most of us to turn back to him. Mm-hmm. And it sounds like you had that same experience, and that's awesome, though. That it sucks that it has to be what it is, but it's still awesome, because there were many times there were God moments in my life that I chose to, nope, I ain't got a problem. I'm good. Yeah. But then he finally touches us when we're ready, just like he touched you when you were ready. That's awesome. Yep.
Do you think that, or what avenues do you feel like are where you want to reach people? Is it just through music, or is it through other areas? Maybe through, like, you sent me some of your crafts that you've done. Is that some areas that you want to inspire the younger generation to help them?
Yeah, right now I'm kind of in like a period of transition. So I love music. I'll always love music. I'll always be down to record and make music, but you said craft. So yeah, I started crocheting last year, and I love it. I'm 29 and I'm in my bed by like 8 p.m. crocheting and watching the show. It's great.
Nice.
But I also love refurbishing furniture, and so I kind of I've been praying a lot about that and just trying to figure out what I can do as far as like refurbishing furniture and starting my own business with that. And something that came to mind was like, there's natural disasters that happen all the time, house fires or tornadoes, because I just went through that, like stuff like that. And so I want to get to a point where I can donate stuff to people, like refurbished furniture, so it's not just like, oh, I had this sitting in my shed, but it's like nice and it's like renewed, and to be able to bless a family with that is a goal of mine.
No, that's good.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm kind of with her too. It's funny she mentioned that about music, because for me, I'm at the point in my life I could care less if I made another album. I've been working on some stuff, last year, but this year it's just been like, let's do the podcast. Let's have some fun. I like preaching, I like teaching, and get back into my health and whatnot. So I like how she kind of seconded that as well.
She touched on part of, like, it's so cool. I'm sitting there listening to me in a female's body, way younger. No, seriously, see, like some of the same things that external self being a big issue with me, just like it was with you. But then that giver's heart, that servant giver, that heart you have. I'm not going to talk about what just happened with me and my wife, but we did something that I'm still being thanked for, and it's an amazing thing, that God puts it on our hearts to not look at the monetary value of something or how much can I make off of this, with physical, financial means. Mm-hmm. It's why not bless somebody with this? And then to see just, oh, I love this so much. I am so in love with this. And I'm like, what? Mm-hmm. Because, to me, I'm looking at it as I'm grateful to have gotten rid of this particular thing, from my house, and they are full of gratitude for receiving it. I love that, because I see that when you're talking. I see that about you, is that you have that kind of heart. Just listening to what you're saying, you've got that giver's heart, and the benefit you'll reap the first time that, whenever that does finally happen, the benefit you're going to reap from that. Oh, you better hold on. You're going to be smiling from here to here, all the way around, and not a joker smile either. It's going to be a loving, godly smile. But yeah,
I want to switch gears on you real quick, because we've talked about music and you talked about crochet and just kind of helping people. What would you say your biggest passion is now at this point in your life?
Being a mom right now, like I'm at home a lot more, because I had 2 jobs and I just quit one so I could be home more and focus on like this new chapter of hopefully starting a business. But yeah, just being a mom and raising these littles. They're 4 and a little over a year and a half, and just the importance of teaching them and growing them in the Lord.
That's good.
There went my question.
On my heart.
How long you and your husband been married now?
It'll be 7 years in November.
Nice.
Yeah. Wow, you guys long as we are. Same as November what?
9th.
So you guys are longer. We were November 22nd.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, they got us beat. So,
Bruh.
good job. Let me ask you this: do you think that there's things you've learned growing up, even because you obviously grew up in a single parent home? Is there things that you learned that you said, when I get married or when I have children, I'm not going to do X, Y, Z? Or is there some things that you can say now you can implement those things in your life? Obviously, you said raising them up in the Lord, but you were raised up in God, but you still lacked a father figure to a large degree. Yeah, you had your older brothers, but at the same time, they still lacked a father figure too. You know what I mean? So, is there anything you could think of that you do now that you didn't have when you were growing up? It's a loaded one, isn't it?
That is a loaded one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't think of anything just like at the top of my head, but
Maybe just having the mom and dad in the home.
yeah, because I was gonna say, like, just watching my husband be a dad is it's beautiful to me, and watching them play, it just fills my heart. Like,
That's good.
I think it was earlier this week, they were just like wrestling, and I just liked that. It was really awesome. And
So I'm going to ask a question. Hopefully I don't overstep boundaries here, but is he the father of both of them?
yes,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I was just curious because I get to be, me and my wife, we merged households. She has 1, I have 2, so together we have 3. But It's literally, we have 3. It's not this, oh, that's your kid. I mean, depending on the mood. Depending on the mood, it's like, hey,
Your son
is acting up.
That's how we are with our dogs. I'm like, that's your dog right now.
Your dogs are peeing on my floor.
But I was curious about that because one of the biggest things is and it's probably something that you may wish you could go back and if you wanted to go back, you could go back and change and have that steady dad. Well, just because you didn't then, you do now, and that's cool. But to see him doing it, I was wondering about that because a lot of times the other guy comes in and we have one together, but then I had one before and, oh, that's your kid. And I was just curious how that was because that's awesome though that he is being a dad like that. That's one of the most amazing things to help is having that steady father figure. And it's a blessing that he is the dad of both, but because that's a lot of times uncommon these days because of the way of the world. But anyway, my question really is a null question because he is the dad of both.
But we only asked that because I mean, I have Maddox, and he's not biologically mine, but I've been in his life since he was 7. He'll be 15 in September.
He's yours.
You know what I mean? And yeah, my name's on his birth certificate, so I give him a hard time, but like because he became a blue. So it's like, now you got to get jumped in. That's kind of the process. He was like, what? And I was like, yeah. And my wife goes, but I'm a blue. I said, yeah, but I married you. There's a difference, we got to work on that here. So
a strong husband and a strong father in the household, it's an amazing thing. It really is. I'm going to shut up now.
You're good. So how's your relationship? So your brothers picked on you growing up. Did you ever take up martial arts like they did, or you just kind of, it was more of their thing?
I did in high school. So both of them got their black belts, and then my oldest brother, I think he's a 3rd degree.
Third or fourth, I think. Yeah, you told me the other day. Yeah,
I can't remember what I told you.
Yeah, he's yeah,
pretty high up there. But I did not get that far. I got to which is probably different at every school. Like a high blue belt, which is 2 away from.
Now your discipline is Taekwondo, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's a little different. Yeah, but
yeah, I did Goju karate. I got to brown belt with 1 black stripe.
Yeah, well, like she said though, every school is different. So like my discipline, we have a camouflage belt that they created. It's in between the green and the blue.
Can I buy one? That'd be cool.
Yeah, right. That's funny.
Actually, I own a camouflage belt. Does that mean I'm that far?
No.
Kick my bruh.
No, don't count. I'm actually we're gonna pause right. I'm gonna take a break because I have this rapid fire question. I think this will can help get her out of her shyness and her nervousness. So rapid fire question is a game that we play, and when we come back, we'll play it. So and I think some of these questions will really help you kind of. They're fun, and we'll laugh and have a good time. So we'll be right back. We're gonna take a break. All right, and we're back. Welcome to the Levi Blue Show. If you're just now tuning in, you should have tuned in earlier. I'm just kidding. Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. Hit the notification bell. Today we have our guest, Miss Ali. How you been enjoying so far? We made you nervous?
No.
You're good now?
I think I'm good.
Okay.
Still a little bit awkward, but.
It's still awkward? It's okay. We're goofy.
I feel awkward and nervous too.
Yeah?
Okay, no, not really.
Okay, I figured you didn't. Let me see. Let me throw that in there. We won't hit you with this one. Let me go and turn it down so it ain't loud for you. Usually we hit people with this, but we won't hit you with that one. So we'll just do our rim shot. So we're going to do this thing called rapid fire questions. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Actually, we need to pull up our thing. You ready?
Now it's time for
Game of the day.
Game of the day. So first question, this is kind of help us lighten this up a little bit. Are you an introvert or an extrovert?
Introvert, but I can be outgoing, so I guess it's like an outgoing introvert, if that makes any sense.
Yes, everyone's kind of, some people are in the middle. Because you can't be an extrovert without being an introvert.
So you're an intra-exvert.
Something like that.
Yeah.
One of the two.
Bruh.
Bruh.
I'll do it to myself.
You got one?
Oh, yeah. I got to ask you this. What word do you have a hard time pronouncing?
Oh, gosh. There's a lot. It really depends on how tired I am. Sometimes I'll say like constellation instead of consolation. Like I think my issue is I mix words, and I'm like, oh wait, that's not right.
So you're kind of like my wife. You have your own, the Ali Thesaurus.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, my wife has the same thing.
We had, when I would, at a class, we would be like, we used to have the kids to do concentration. And the kid was like, I said, what's this mean? He goes, constipation. I was like, no, that ain't it. So, all right, next one I got. Do you have any tattoos?
A few.
How many, you think?
There's 4 in this arm. 7 and counting.
Man, I need to get me some of them things.
I just got this one in
Oh,
April.
which one? Let me see.
Oh.
Oh, hold on. There you go. Oh, I like that one.
Is that Romans 8:18?
It is.
Nice.
That's cool.
Nice.
This is where I covered my self-harm scars because I got tired of looking at them.
Praise God.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. You got one?
So, if you had to change your first name, what would you change it to?
Well, tell us your actual name.
I was gonna say I actually like my real name. It's Alexandria.
It's my daughter's middle name.
Is it? Is it RIA at the end?
Yeah.
Ah, yes. I don't know. I always like the name Aria or I don't know.
How long you been going by Ali?
Since I was probably like 3 or 4. They used to call me Alex, and then I guess my mom decided she liked Ali better, and I kind of wish she wouldn't because I would think Alex is cool. But now I have a cousin Alex, so that would get really confusing.
How do you spell Ali?
ALI.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What's your biggest pet peeve?
I have so many.
Just give us one.
It's probably a popular one, but I hate when people leave their shopping carts just like in the middle of the parking lot. Like put 'em-
Amen.
They're just like 10 steps away. Come on.
Yeah. To all you people out there who leave your shopping cart in the way.
I relate. That irritates me. So, what would a good spy code name be for you? If you got a spy name, what would you name yourself?
I don't know, maybe something like Butterfly, because my daughter likes butterflies.
Break out the torpedo for Butterfly.
Yeah. It'll catch them by surprise, because you don't expect somebody to be like...
Nice answer. Yeah.
If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Probably like teleportation, because I hate long drives.
And no coffee spills.
Bruh.
Yeah, throw that in there just for your husband. At least you didn't spill it on him. That would be the bad thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, were these pants white or what?
They were black, but
Oh.
they were soaked, and I was like, there's no way I can wear these today, so I had to run by Walmart.
She's like, as you walk.
Squishy, squishy. She got on squishy britches.
I got on my coffee squishy britches.
So, what is the stupidest dare you ever agreed to do?
Man, I don't even play Truth or Dare that much. I don't know.
Okay, what's one of the dumbest things you've ever done?
Yeah.
That's a whole list. I don't know.
Some of the prank calls that her and I did back in the day.
I came to this podcast.
Yeah, some of our prank calls are pretty wild.
Oh,
We had some good ones.
Wow.
I did a Chinese fire drill with my best friend once.
Did you get locked out of the car?
No.
Okay, good. That's a good thing.
I did. Never mind. Moving on. I'm going to stop about Chinese fire drill we did.
What was the last thing you searched on Spotify?
I don't use Spotify.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Bruh,
Yeah.
what was the last song you searched for on a streaming app? Pandora, maybe?
I just use Apple Music.
Yeah, me too. Good job.
Bruh.
Give her a round of applause.
I don't know the last one. Probably something by Firefight, which is a rock band.
Now, is she still? Oh, who was it? Flyleaf. That's what I was thinking about.
That's what I was thinking of too when she
Yeah,
said that.
but she's no longer with them, right?
No, but she does her own stuff now. So if
Oh,
you
really?
look up Lacey Sturm, she has a lot of really good.
Yeah.
She's got a good.
I saw them at Discoveryland. Not Discoveryland, Frontier City. Frontier City.
Discoveryland. That was the old.
The Oklahoma show, yes, in Sand Springs, yes, that got bought. Yeah, I know.
Well, I wasn't thinking about that. There, no. I'm thinking Discovery Zone. You remember Discovery Zone?
Oh, we're so. Hey, Ali, how are you doing today?
If you thought this was going to be organized, you came to the wrong place.
Yep. If you were to write a book, what would it be about?
Probably my testimony. Just like how God's moved. I'm a writer, so it's funny you ask that because I could go into more detail. Because I do better when I write things. When I talk, I tend to ramble. And
What would be the name of it?
I don't know.
You don't know?
My life be like, ooh, ah, ooh, ah.
Bruh.
If you could win the lottery, or what would you do if you won the lottery?
I would buy a new house because we live in a trailer, but it's a nice trailer. It's my grandparents' rental house. But during tornado season and having to run next door to my grandparents' house last month, yeah, I want a house on a foundation.
Yeah, I know that's right.
It was scary.
I know that's right.
I get that.
Do that and probably like get my husband a nice sporty car, another nice sporty car.
I say another
About
one.
to say, I just saw one pull up.
Well, he
and
wants a
y'all got out of it.
Subaru or something like that, like a.
WRX?
Oh,
My man.
Bruh.
That's a good second car there, buddy. Yep.
Yep.
Who's your favorite Disney character?
Like original Disney or just in general?
Ever. From whatever. From the beginning or the end?
one that you grew up on.
When I grew up on. I don't know. I was more of a Pixar fan. I guess that's technically Disney.
Well, they bought him out of it.
Yeah. So, okay, that works too.
So, like, the characters from Inside Out.
Oh, yes. That's good.
I want to go see the second one.
I was like, have you watched the new one yet?
Not
Yeah,
yet. I want to.
that's good. What's your,
Go ahead.
so what's your favorite thing about yourself and why? Is that you guys? Oh,
Cody, what do you like most about you?
dang.
Yep.
Probably my talents. Like, I can play 5-ish instruments. I say 5-ish because I can play drums, like, keep a good beat, but I can't do anything too fancy. I can play guitar a little bit, but I can play piano, I can play bass, I can play ukulele. So.
Her and I used to do this thing in the car. She played the ukulele, and I would say random facts or just random things. She'd play for a second, and it would be we would both say something random.
I'm pretty sure there's still a video out there.
Oh, they're out there. Yeah, they're
Nice.
probably on social media. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, is your bed made right now?
This is like one of the only days I didn't make it because it was so crazy. But I made it yesterday and the day before, so.
I'm just want to know about right now.
No. We had to travel, so that was like the last thing on my mind today.
I understand that.
All right. Here's the last two that I think are really profound.
Okay.
How do you want to be remembered when it's all said and done?
Probably my generosity and my passion for people, young people specifically.
That's good. What are you thinking?
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Next 5 years? Well, hopefully running my own business with like crochet and refurbishing.
You guys have a name picked out yet?
No,
No.
because me and my mom are trying to like do it together because she's been crafting stuff, but she also wants to get in on the refurbishing furniture, and so we've come up with a lot of ideas, but we haven't picked one out yet. You know, baby steps.
That's good. One day at a time. Amen. Last question that I have. What are you proudest of in your life?
Being a mom.
I knew she was going to say that. What?
I love my kiddos. And just all the things I've overcome. I'm really proud of where I've gotten this far.
So when you look at your life, you are proud of who you are today?
Yeah.
That's good. You got a question for her? You got two more for me?
How do you want loved ones to remember you? You didn't ask that one, did you?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No, I just how you want to be remembered.
Yeah. I'm curious how. I knew he asked something similar to that. That's why I was looking at his deal.
Right.
But I'm curious, how do you want, like, what do you want to leave your kids? How do you want your kids to remember you or to build from you?
A never wavering faith and love for the Lord. And I'm one of those people where, like, if you can wrong me over and over again, but I'm always willing to accept you back and forgive you and, like, clean the slate off. And so I don't know what you would call that, my forgiveness, I guess.
Someone who walks like Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, walking in the sight of Jesus as close as I can to him without ever becoming him, because we'll never become him.
Yeah.
That's
good.
My grace, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pastor always says, I give so much grace because I've had so much grace given to me. Yeah,
Yep.
that's good.
Grace, and more grace.
Amen.
Want me to go again?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. What is a lesson that took you a long time to learn?
Ooh, that's good.
Probably just give it all to Jesus. I always worry a lot or try to, like, fix things by myself, or I get impatient sometimes, and so just leaving it all for him to work through and give him all control.
Take it to the foot of the cross.
Amen.
Lay
That's
it
good.
there. Yeah, good.
No, that's good. So that has been our game of the day. Let me go find my thing. And then I do have a final thought question.
Now it's time for Game of the Day.
Actually, we need to change that. It needs to be called just Game of the Day, not the
intro?
Yeah.
I was thinking that too, because when we do it at the end, it sounds like we're starting it over.
Yeah, we're not starting it over.
So, Ali, we're going to ask you all those questions again. Are you ready to answer the same way? No? Okay.
I do have a question for you, and this is kind of my closing thought, and I'll let Tank do a closing thought. Is what would be if you could give advice to somebody, a young person, who is probably going through the same things you're going through now? What would be your advice to the younger generation that maybe they could learn from your mistakes, that they wouldn't have to do some of the same things?
Probably just take a moment to pause and, like I said, just be patient, pray before you make any irrational decisions. Don't make, what's the word I'm looking for? Like quick decisions. Don't make quick decisions. Take time to think about it. Pause. Ask God if this is his will or your will. It's probably a big one.
No, that's good. You got something to follow up with that?
Do you believe God's done with you?
No. I feel like there's a lot more that...
There's a lot more that she even hasn't even shared that I think it could be shared. Maybe we can do a part 2 of this sometime in the future. Because how long ago was it when you had that accident with the 4-wheeler?
10 years now.
Oh, wow.
We'll definitely have to do a part 2, because that's really when the addiction stuff started, was after that happened. I woke up I graduated a year before, and I woke up in the hospital thinking I was still in, like, my senior year of high school, and
Oh, wow.
it took me several days to kind of remember, like, the days leading up to the day of the wreck. And then to this day, I still don't remember much from that day. I don't know how I flipped it, or...
Did it land on you?
Yeah.
Or it did land on you?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't really remember it, but the friend I was with, she was in front of me, and she said that she heard something really weird, so she turned around, and by then I was already on the ground, and the 4-wheeler was up in the air, and it, like, smacked on top of me and then bounced off into a fence.
So that itself is a testimony right there. You know what I mean? So, yeah, actually, next time we'll actually have pictures that we maybe could show, just to kind of show if you're okay with that, just to kind of show the transformation of what God has done in our life.
I would love to do a part 2 from the age of 19 on.
Yeah.
From that moment on.
Yep.
Because that's really, there's going to be, I think, a lot of depth into that for a lot of people that may have that, some experience along those lines. But you done touched right, like, part of my story when you said where the addiction started. Because there you go. That was, I already can relate. So I would love to somehow do a part 2 and do that, because that's going to be meat and potatoes of what God's grace and mercy does.
Yep. Which, I mean, my childhood that's a testimony all on its own with, like, my medical history and stuff like that. 'Cause
Right.
there were times I could have easily bled to death. There was even times where, like, they couldn't get the bleeding to stop. So how I didn't bleed to death, like,
Yeah.
only
But
God.
God, that's right.
Right. But, so yeah, that's a testimony all on its own, but that was, like, out of my own control. But 19 and on, I mean, I made those choices, so that's where.
And that's the one most of us struggle with, is that stupid selfish free will that God grants us in hopes or his dreams or he wants us to use that free will to seek his face. And too many of us seek the ways of the flesh. You obviously didn't. I would love to hear more.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. I
Yeah.
actually look forward to that. So we may have to do that in the next few weeks and have you guys come back out again, and we could probably make it maybe from this point forward. You can start working on some pictures, or maybe put a little send it to me. We can make a little slide, and we can just kind of show the transformation of your testimony.
Okay. Yeah.
Sound like a plan?
Sounds good to me.
All right. You got any closing thoughts?
Hey, stay tuned for part 2 because I can't wait for it either. Today's been awesome, and you see just what someone that gets caught in selfish self-will that can't seem to find a way out, leaning towards God, turning towards God, how the transformation can happen. So don't give up on yourselves. Just remember self-worth, self-care, self-acceptance, and self-discipline are very important. And if you don't seek God's guidance on that, you'll probably continue to run back to the darkness. That's what I got from you today, Ali.
Amen. You got any closing thoughts for anybody that's listening?
Be steadfast. Just keep persevering.
Amen.
Amen. Well, this has been another episode of Time of Testimony with the Levi Blue Show with Tank and our special guest, Ali. Did you have fun today?
I did.
Yeah. Amen.
Awesome.
We weren't too much for you.
No, I'll probably be more laid back next time. I just gotta kind of get used to
We gotta get her more into the moment, you know.
talk well in front of people.
That's all good. So, again, my name is Levi Blue. This is the Levi Blue Show, where we talk about life, overcoming daily struggles, and everything in between. I am your host, Levi Blue Tank. Until next time, actually tell the people what they need to do. They need to go.
You need to go to our our YouTube channel, subscribe, click the little subscribe button, leave us a comment letting us know what you think about the show, or letting us know what you'd like to see on the show, or let us know what we could change. But go like us, go subscribe to us, go play a few of them, and leave a comment.
All right. Until next time, Tank, tell them goodbye.
Have a blessed week. Goodbye, and God bless you.